in cooking and being a chef?
It's in my family, actually. We come from a line of chefs. My brother being one of the top chefs in New York, Victor Parise. Just following my uncles around in their restaurants in New York growing up as a kid, then going to Florida, and my family moving there and opening up restaurants. And then I had my first venture in the food industry on my own was I left high school and opened up a hot dog wagon across the street from the high school, and I was making more money than the teachers. And then I decided, you know what, I might be getting into the food business, so then I ended up going to a vocational school. And then from there, going to CIA after that and really getting into it, and then really starting to wet my beak.
And CIA is what now?
Culinary Institute of America.
Okay.
Based in New York. #1 school in the country.
And you lived in L.A. When did you move
22
there?
years in L.A. I'm a comedian. I mean, of course, and I've been a comedian. That's always been my dream since I'm 5 years old. I always said, I'm going to be a comic. And I ended up living that dream. So I moved to L.A. in 1990 and toured the country with Andrew Dice Clay for 20 years. I had my own television show. I've done 197 TV appearances, been on Leno, Conan, Letterman, Arsenio Hall. I mean, the list goes on. Whatever's out there, I've been on it, basically.
What do you enjoy about being an entertainer then?
I like to make people laugh, make people feel good. And I think that's where it comes in the food as well. It's the same thing. Being a chef, your plate is your canvas, and I get to make people happy through my art. And the taste. It all has, I think, dealing with the senses. Whether it be laughing or taste or smiling or. It's just I like that little bit of applause at the end of the night. It makes me feel good,
Yeah.
I'm an artist.
What kind of dishes do you specialize or do you enjoy making?
My style of cooking is I take the old world and the new world and I make it my world. I take the old style comfort foods, American or whatever it be, Italian, Chinese, whatever. Take the old style and I infuse it with my brand of new and create whatever comes out of that. So I definitely do. It's called New American. I would do right now.
Yeah, and you owned a restaurant and a catering company in LA.
I have a catering company still in Los Angeles called Cannoli Kings Catering, and we're actually #1 catering company in LA as we speak right now. We are the #1 catering company in LA, and I do have a catering company in New York as well called Cannoli Kings New York. My brother is running that operation.
And why did you decide to move to Western North Carolina?
I worked up in Western North Carolina. Actually, I worked in Dillard, Georgia about 25 years ago at Sky Valley Resort. And I was a sous chef under my brother, Victor, once again, who is my mentor, 100%. And we would go to Franklin, North Carolina all the time, and I would every year go to Cherokee and Gatlinburg and kind of really hung out in those areas. And I loved it. I just loved it. And I got married, and after I turned 40 years old, I decided, showbiz is starting to get old, going on the road a lot, being away, I'm married now, I have a little 4-year-old daughter, Catherine, and my wife, Cheryline, and I'm like, it's not going to be a place in LA to bring up a child and a wife and be out there and be the right guy and to raise a family, the right family base. So I said, let's move somewhere. So we decided, my wife and I, let's find a place to go. So we had a few places in mind. We were going to maybe up Northern California, whatever. So I decided to come. I said, I used to go to Franklin. I used to work in Franklin, North Carolina. I told her. I said we should go visit Asheville, which was a place I'd come once in a while, And we came out for a visit in November, and we both fell in love with it. My wife absolutely loved Asheville. We fell in love with Hendersonville. We fell in love with Mills River, and we said, you know what? This is the place we're gonna end up. I could tell. And we on our vacation, we put a deposit down on a house, and ended up buying a house in Mills River. And loving every minute of it. My wife is a nurse, and she just loves it. We love going into the town, and we love going on Main Street, and we love introducing new foods to the area. I mean, it's just they've been really embracing us too as a family. It's been great. My daughter loves it.
And how did you end up purchasing this restaurant?
What happened was they attached me as a celebrity chef, being that I am a celebrity chef, because my clientele is so that we have most of the celebrities in LA. And of course of my television appearances, and so the company decided they want to attach a celebrity chef to the restaurant. They found me, and they brought me in, and they said, "What can we do with you in this place?" And so we married it together, and I decided to call it Parise's New American Bistro, which is my first signature restaurant. I've had other restaurants, but this is my first signature.
Okay.
And we're going to do a lot of media on this, and we're going to really, we're starting to they're giving me a reality show called Dear Chef, and we're going to do a lot of filming here. We're going to be doing a lot of filming in the Western North Carolina area, and I think this is a great place to call home. I mean, it's just beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about the 405 and the 101 traffic, and in LA, and it's just it's great. We'll be doing specials like I say, old comfort foods with a twist. For instance, I like to do a baked mac and cheese, but I like to do it like maybe baked mac and brie with Gruyere, white truffles, caramelized figs, and it's still baked mac and cheese. It's just a little trumped up.
A little bit more high-end.
A little high-end, and it's just really delicious. I mean, it's an incredible dish. I do a barbecue brisket. I do a real slow-roll barbecue brisket with a Cabernet wine sauce. On this menu, we have everything is local. We're using all local fish, all local produce. I'm embracing all the local farmers in the area. I'm trying to buy the best I can. Our beef is from Hickory Nut Gap. Our pork is from Hickory Nut. Our eggs are from Hickory Nut. I'm buying all the local at the local farmers market. For the most part, we're really embracing the local, and I think that's where the flavor comes out of, because there's so much character here. And it looks better on the plate instead of going with an old dried up piece of salmon or whatever. Trying to create from the local in season. The menu will be changing on probably a weekly basis.